Strongman ranking. Everyone seems to be doing it recently, including myself. In fact, I think I was the first to do it. Not the first ever, but the first in recent times. It's not a competition, but if it was, I think I'd win. And if not, I'm still happy with the progression made. Speaking of channel progression, I recently hit 250 subscribers. So thank you to all of you. And when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I will be choosing one lucky subscriber to give something away to. I have no idea what it's going to be yet, but it will be in the region of £100. So that is your cue to subscribe to the channel. And also comment down below what you think the giveaway should be. Preferably something Strongman related, whether that be tickets for a show or merchandise. I'm not too sure. Give me some ideas. But anyway, back to the video. I had an idea recently that I think you'll enjoy. It's to go through the decades of Strongman and discuss the best athletes in that given decade. I'll be doing 6 videos, this one being the first. Together we will go through the 1970s, the 1980s, the 1990s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and of course, current time. If any of you are like me, and no, I don't mean autistic, then you'll have watched every single World's Strongest Man final since its inception. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of autism. World's Strongest Man isn't the only competition, of course, but it is the oldest competition. So until we get to the more recent stuff, we really only have the World's Strongest Man to use as a reference point. If you haven't watched the old World's Strongest Man competitions and you want to, simply type it in on YouTube and they'll come up. Strongman VHS is another channel here on YouTube and they post a lot more niche competitions as well. Their last post was actually about 4 years ago, which is a shame because they posted some really good videos. Strongman VHS channel owner, if somehow you come across this video, get in touch. Let's get the channel back up and running. Today's video then is talking about the 1970s. The World's Strongest Man started in the 70s, 1977 to be exact. So there's not an awful lot of ranking to be done here. Over the 3 years, 77, 78 and 79, there was only 2 winners. We had Bruce Wilhelm in 77 and 78, and then we had Don Reinhardt in 79. We did have the emergence of Bill Kazmaier in 1979, but we're going to save that particular gentleman for the next video, which is the 1980s. For now, let's talk a little bit about Bruce Wilhelm, the first ever winner of World's Strongest Man. The reality is he wasn't a strongman at all, and strongman back in the 70s isn't what strongman is today. He was an athlete that competed in the shot put and the discus through high school. In '63, he won the CIF California shot put state meet competition and he was the runner-up in the discus. He then went to Stanford University where he continued his athletics career and he also added in wrestling. In '65, he was the AAWU wrestling champion, which I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say that means the All-American Wrestling Union. Google said it means the Alaska Aviation Weather Unit, but out of the two, I would assume that I am probably closer. AA could mean amateur athletics, but I prefer All-American, so that's the one that I'm going to go with. He also finished the 1965 wrestling season undefeated with 21 victories. He later became a weightlifter, where he was the US National AAU Super Heavyweight Champion in both 1975 and 1976. He won silver for the US in the Pan American Games, which is a competition that I had never heard of. Sorry to any of my American viewers, but you still call football soccer? Who's a real loser? In 1976, he placed 5th at the Olympic Games in weightlifting. And then of course, in 1977, he won the inaugural World's Strongest Man. Another good thing to mention about Bruce is that he seemed to really love the sport of strongman. After he retired in 1978, he stayed around to help out and push the sport forward. So he really was the first kind of pioneer of the sport. Then we have Mr. Don Reinhardt. Don is one of the greatest powerlifters of all time. He set over 40 powerlifting records. He held all 4 powerlifting records at the same time as well. Now I believe they used to test the strict press in powerlifting, hence why it's 4 records and not 3 records, but I could be wrong. Feel free to fact check me in the comments down below. Either way though, he really is one of the strongest people to ever live. He won the World Powerlifting Championships 4 years in a row, 1973, 74, 75, and of course, 76. He set a world record raw total of 2,391 pounds or 1,085 kilograms, which stood for 38 years. Let me just repeat that. He set a world record that stood for 38 years. Don came second to Bruce in 78, but vowed to come back the next year and take the title, which he did. He also returned in 1980 to try and defend and retain the title, but unfortunately he tore his bicep and his hamstring, so he had to withdraw from the competition. These two injuries actually meant that he retired from the sport entirely. Although Don would be better known in the powerlifting community, he's still a massive part in the history of Strongman. He is the second man to ever win the World's Strongest Man. The World's Strongest Man has been running for nearly 50 years, and it's been won by 25 different people. To have your name on that list is definitely something to be proud of, considering how many people have competed in the competition throughout the years. To get your name on that list of very few people is a massive achievement. Now, when doing a ranking in the 70s, there's not really anybody else to talk about apart from these two. Of course, there are other notable names, such as Franco Columbu. He was better known for being a bodybuilder and an actor, but he competed in the first ever World's Strongest Man in 1977. And if you've never seen the injury that he sustained in that competition, you know what? I'm going to run the clip.
On the right, Mike Dayton's time, a 17.4 the time to beat. Franco moving quickly, and he's injured his left leg. Columbu is hurt. They're rushing to assist him. Young is coming on through the course.
Yeah, that's a painful one. He did receive a reported $1 million in compensation, which in today's money is about $5,350,000. Some more well-known people who also competed are Lou Ferrigno, who was also better known for bodybuilding and acting. Bob Young, who was a well-known American football player. We had Lars Hedlund from Sweden, who was a pretty successful powerlifter and strongman as well. In 1981, he beat Jeff Capes in Europe's Strongest Man. So it's not that there weren't other great athletes in the 3 years of the 70s. It's more that strongman wasn't their main focus. When we start to get into the 80s, it becomes clear that the popularity and growth of strongman as a sport increases drastically. Of course, there's some massive names that competed throughout the 80s, but we're going to save them for a future video. If you did enjoy today's video, I would really appreciate you dropping a like on it. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It will help you keep up to date with any content that I drop and automatically enter you into the prize draw for when I hit 1,000 subscribers. My goal is to hit 1,000 before the end of the year, and I definitely think that's possible to do. Apart from that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.